Good morning. In this week's Sidra of Tavo, we read about the mitzvah of Vidui Maiser. And what that is that every 3 years, you come and you stand before Hashem, and you say in the Beit HaMikdash, in the temple, and you say, Hashem, I have given all of the charitable obligations that I have. I've given the Trumah to the Kohen, I've given the Maaser to the Levi, I've given the tithe for the poor to them, I've done everything I'm supposed to do, and you list it all, and then you say, Lo avarti al mitzvotecha velo shachachti. I have not transgressed the mitzvot, and I have not forgotten. Now, on a simple level, what you're saying is, I haven't done anything wrong intentionally. I haven't actively gone out and, made some kind of thing. I haven't neglected it. Lo shachachti, I didn't even do it by mistake. So obviously we're saying that there must be a degree of seriousness. And the idea, of course, is that if you know you're going to be making this declaration, you're going to be taking it seriously all the way over until the build-up, so that you know that this is the real deal. So I have not transgressed, I have not forgotten. However, Rashi adds something else, because Rashi says essentially this is tautologous. It's a repetition. If I haven't transgressed, I haven't forgotten. If forgetting is seen as a negligence, then that's also transgression. So what does it mean I haven't forgotten? Rashi says, I have not forgotten to make the bracha. When I gave all of these things, and I gave to the Kohen and the Levi and the poor, I said the bracha, blessed are you, Hashem, our God, King of the universe, who has commanded us to separate these gifts and to distribute these gifts. Now, that's a very beautiful idea. It fits nicely. I've done everything I'm supposed to do, and I didn't forget the blessing over it. But it's not so simple, because our sages teach us there is only one, maybe two, mitzvot that are actually designated by the Torah, that are actually required by the Torah. Out of the approximately 100 brachot that a practicing Jew says every day, the only one that's really definitely from the Torah is Birkat HaMazon, the grace after meals. Perhaps Birkat Torah, the blessing that we say before Torah study as well, but every other blessing that you say before food, blessing that you say after food, except for Birkat HaMazon, blessings that you say upon getting up in the morning for your sight and your ability to walk, blessings that you say on mitzvot, they're important and they're good and they're wonderful. They're not from the Torah, they are rabbinically instituted. So here, when Rashi is reading the Torah, Rashi is telling us, this is what the Torah says. The Torah is telling us, Lo shachachti, I did not forget to say the bracha. How can the Torah mean, I did not forget to say the bracha? The Torah does not require a bracha, right? So the Malbim, Rabbi Meir Leibush Weiser, took a look at this and he says, no, what's going on here is there's two layers. The Torah doesn't require a formalized bracha. The Torah requires you to dedicate this verbally to Hashem, to say, I am giving this ma'aser for the sake of Hashem. What the Torah does not require is this, Baruch atah Elokeinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu. That is rabbinically instituted. The formal formulation is something that comes from the rabbis, whereas the primary idea, the whole idea of I'm mentioning Hashem's name, I'm doing this for God, the essence of, in a sense, of what the bracha is about, that in fact is required by the Torah. And I was thinking about why that should be here rather than anything else. After all, any deed should be done for the sake of Hashem. Firstly, certainly any mitzvah should be done for the sake of Hashem, but anything we do in life, the Torah, our sages say, Kol ma'asecha l'shem shamayim, whatever you do should be for the sake of heaven. I've heard in the name of the Kotzker Rebbe and Rabbi Yisrael Salanta, who famously said, even what you do for the sake of heaven should be for the sake of heaven. In other words, okay, so the food that you eat should be for the sake of heaven, that I have energy to do what's good in the world. The business that I run should be for the sake of heaven, that I'm building the world, that I'm providing employment for others, for myself, for my family, I'm earning money to give tzedakah. But when I put on tefillin, that should also be for the sake of heaven. So everything should be. But when it comes to tzedakah, I think there's something else. We all have within us a natural goodness and a kindness and a chesed and a godly desire to give and to help. And the question is, are you going to see that godly desire as godly, as the goodness of Hashem flowing through you, and you are a channel and a conduit for Hashem's giving in the world? Or are you going to see that as your own good heart that you own? This is my chesed. This is my kindness. This is what I created within myself. It's not true. It's not true. And that's perhaps the greatest danger, because it's something that we have and it's something we feel so good about. And we should realize that we are privileged to do it as a conduit, as an emissary of Hashem. It's not something that we own. And that's why when it comes to, specifically, when it comes to tzedakah, there should be an acknowledgement of God, whether it's a formalized bracha, which came in later, or the initial idea of saying, I'm doing this for Hashem. But that's when it should be, that I am doing Hashem's chesed in the world. I'm playing the role that Hashem has privileged me and given me the opportunity to play. Have a wonderful Shabbat.